Thank you, baby. Welcome back. We are live, and XRP is actually going to get their first real spot ETF this week. I think the latest is going to be Thursday. In addition to that, we've got a lot of different crypto bills that apparently not passed, but have been proposed during the shutdown. And yes, I made a little bit of a mistake yesterday. The shutdown is not over yet. Both sides voted to end the shutdown, but they have to pass a bill to actually have it completely ended, which is the weirdest thing ever, because at the end of the day, it just continues to cost taxpayers a lot of money. And we don't like that. We are spending enough money. Anyways, I'm WendyO. I talk everything crypto every single day. Thank you guys so much for being with me. I have not been well lately. I've been feeling like absolute yucky. So we're going to try to do as much as we can to get through the stream and to talk about everything. And thank you guys for being with me. Thank you so much for watching all the pre-recorded content. We're going to go back to 10:30 a.m. PT live streaming, except Thursday. I've got an appointment I have to go to. And yeah, let's go ahead and talk about it because there's a lot of exciting things happening. And no, the title is not is not clickbait. We are actually getting a real XRP spot ETF, and that's the first story. So I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about that because it's very exciting stuff. So first and foremost over here, this comes from Mr. Eric B. and also Ellie. So we'll talk about what they're saying. So Eric B says, Canary filed an A8 for XRP ETF last night, which points to launch tomorrow or Thursday because today is a holiday. Before I read any more of this, thank you so much to all of our veterans. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you to everybody that has served in the U.S. Just thank you. I come from a pretty long line of military family, and thank you all so much for everything that you have done and sacrificed. Thank you again. So he said Thursday was the day we thought they'd be on track, but when they did, the 8.8 for HBAR, shout out to the HBAR spot ETF and Canary Capital, and of course Litecoin, they launched the next day. Not a done deal, but all boxes being checked. Stay tuned. So we have this, and again, he is a senior ETF analyst for Bloomberg, and we use him a lot as a source on the show because he knows his stuff. I'm not as well versed in ETFs as a lot of these other guys because they've been doing it a lot longer than me, and we're a news show. We have to have good sources. Now for Miss Ellie, she says, new Canary Funds has filed Form 8, which is the final step before it goes effective at 5:30 p.m. ET once Nasdaq certifies the listing. When it happens, the last hurdle is cleared and the first XRP spot ETF will be set to launch. So this is going to be, well, shout out to Rex Shares, and I'm working on getting them on the channel right here. Thank you so much, Joseph, for your service. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you again. But of course, Rex Osprey said not the first, but there is a difference between the Rex Osprey spot ETF because it's not a full spot ETF. I believe it was under the 40s Act, and this one is going to be under the 30s Act. So it's like I don't want to say a derivative, but it's not a pure spot ETF if you're going with the securities laws and what's not. But it's still there. And shout out to Rex Osprey and Rex Shares for getting that through. So it's going to be auto effective for Nasdaq listing. And it's going to trade under XRPC. So it's coming. It is very, very, very much coming. So I'm excited for it. And there's more things happening too, more stuff. Since we're on the ETF topic over here, we're going to get through all of these. And then I've got another really cool Ripple story, which a lot of people are upset about. I don't think there's anything to be upset about it. But anyways, so next over here, since we're talking about ETFs, this is from the block. US spot Solana ETFs report 10th consecutive day of net inflows. That means people are buying. They are buying Solana. They're buying these products. And it totaled 6.78 on Monday. Bitwise's BSOL led with 5.92 million, and Grayscale's GSOL added 54,000. Sorry, guys, my dyslexia is crazy, and I'm doing the best I can. So bear with me, and please correct me in the comments. No harm at all. Since October 28th launch, the total net inflows for these two ETFs hit $342 million. So shout out to Solana. And this just, again, the reason why we continue to cover this type of volume and these types of stories is because it gives us a kind of some, not inside information, but it gives us a little more information as to what to expect once the government opens up and we get all these crypto spot ETFs approved. And stay tuned because we also have to talk about that because we're not yet open. Well, let's actually just talk about it right now. We go down to the bottom over here. So, House could vote on a bill to reopen the government as early as Wednesday afternoon. The bill funds the government through January 26, 2026 and brings back federal workers who were laid off. Shutdown won't officially end until the House approves the bill and Trump signs it. So, I thought that the shutdown was over. Good morning to gorgeous Alexandra. let me go ahead and give a shout out to all my channel members. Sorry, guys, I'm like all over the place right now. I don't like medication. It's not good. And that's my issue is I'm trying a new medication and it's just not working at all. So shout out to Mr. Dale, to Mr. Lawrence, Mr. R, Mixing, Sal, Mr. D, John Legend, and gorgeous Alexandra. Thank you so much to Lawrence for the $10 super chat. Yes, I will go get rest. And Lo is home today, so we're got some stuff going on, but it's a good day. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to be streaming. My mind just like a little bit, a little bit foggy, but that's okay. It happens. It's life. So what do I think about the government shutdown? I think that it sucks that these people that we elect to represent us act like children and they don't do what's best for the American people. That's what I think. And it's crazy that we're spending all of this money to have to reopen and whatnot. So I'm just over it. Like, I don't know. I'm going to do another video probably, or another live stream, just kind of talking about my thoughts with the current state of the economy and just really kind of what's going on with it. Because when I was in my 20s, life was different. It wasn't that long ago. It literally was not that long ago, but it feels like everything has exponentially like gone insane recently. It's just crazy. I don't know if it's because society's lack of accountability or Americans were super entitled. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's just like things are so crazy right now. But I will say, back in my day, we had the 99-cent only store, and the 99-cent only store allowed you to get food for really affordable. We don't have that anymore. So anyways, that's another topic for another day. But let's get into the next story over here. Let's talk about Ripple Labs, because they made some big headlines yesterday on Crypto X, and people seem to be upset. I am US based. Yes, thank you, veterans. Shout out to Dale. I am US based. Okay. Where was I? Oh, the Ripple story. Okay. So CNBC, I just want this to go away. All right. So Ripple Labs is conquering crypto, blah, 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 blah. This is the story here. I'm not going to play around with it too much. So Ripple Labs is conquering crypto. Now the XRP linked firm wants to take on traditional finance. This is a crazy story. The fact that they even put this out, that was the whole purpose of Ripple and XRP. Literally the whole purpose of Ripple was to take on the banking industry because it's incredibly inefficient. So the fact that they put this out, this is like, we've known this. But it still is very good recognition because this is going to be on a national scale. So people are like mad about it and all kinds of stuff, but I think it's fine. Like mainstream media takes a long time to catch on. They do. Thank you so much for the $11.99 super chat, Mr. R. I greatly appreciate it. I will get soon. I just got to get this crap out of my body. That's all. That's all. Lauren said, my late grandfather also asked last year about a $2 store. No such thing. A mango is like $6. Yeah, that we used to have. That's how I used to live. I literally used to live off the 99-cent only store when I was working minimum wage in my 20s. And we don't have those anymore. It just sucks. But, you know, I'll talk about it at another time. So in this story over here from CNBC, they said that Ripple Labs is conquering crypto. They're expanding into TradFi, which, yeah, we know. In 2025, they spent $4 billion on acquisition. They launched Ripple Prime, raised $500 million, boosted the market value to $40 billion, and they're planning to license XRPL tech to institutions. And they've been focusing on a lot of different traditional financial partnerships since inception. Okay, so I don't know what's going on. I don't understand what the big deal is, but we got national recognition in the United States of America. Great, fine, fantastic. Really quickly, I do want to take a look at the current state of the market because I really haven't been watching the market too much. So right now, we're not looking too good. Privacy coins are down a little bit, which is fine, great, fantastic. When we take a look at Bitcoin on the weekly, we're not looking great either. If we lose support at 103, we might retest about 97,000 and trade below 100,000 Bitcoin again, which is fine, it happens. But we tapped onto the EMA 200 and it's just not looking super great right now. Really, really not, which is weird because we have another big announcement from SoFi Bank in crypto. So stay tuned for that. As far as Ethereum goes, we're having trouble flipping above the EMA 200. Solana is way down below it, despite the bullish news, because they're another crypto that is affiliated with SoFi Bank. XRP, despite the news being on CNBC, they pumped yesterday to 258 EMA 200, and now we're back down to 243. Chainlink Link dropping as well. And I've got a little vlog, a travel vlog I'm going to post on Instagram for you guys over the weekend about SmartCon. It was super fun. And ADA is at 57 cents and wants to head back down, which is crazy because we got a bullish story about ADA. And then HBAR is just kind of doing its thing. We had a really nice run up yesterday to the EMA 200, but now we're trading back at about 19 cents. So market is not reacting based off of news. And this is the type of market we've seen time after time. So we're going to have to reevaluate our strategies. Now for and if you guys would like to trade with me, we are partnered with Kraken. There's a ref link down below or QR code at the top, and you get $25 in XRP if you create at least $100 of volume on Kraken. If you want to use it, great. If you don't want to use it, great. Whatever works for you. Now, let's talk about what Mr. Charles H. from Cardano has said about, make sure you guys smash the like too, has said about ISO 200 2022. He basically said it's essential to open banking and combining TradFi and DeFi, essentially crypto being vertically integrated into TradFi. And that's something that's happening, and we're not going to be able to stop it. We knew that right away once we started getting all that news on the Genius Act, which is a stablecoin bill. So banks are looking to adopt the ISO 222 messaging very, very soon. It's becoming the new global banking language. It improves data transparency, compliance, and cross-border payment interoperability. Charles H. from Cardano says, and also shout out to Midnight. I wasn't able to make the event, but I know there's going to be a lot of really cool announcements happening. And if I get those, I will cover them for you. But he says it's crucial for open banking and bridging TradFi with DeFi. And he went ahead, and this graphic over here gave some key updates. So Ripple and Stellar for fast, low-cost cross-border payments. Cardano, a smart contract blockchain. Hedera, designed for big institutions and enterprise. And we've seen Hedera really, really make waves with that. Not only do they have their well, it's not theirs, but not only do they have a spot ETF, but they're working really hard on AI, DeFi, and RWAs, and we're seeing a lot of adoption happen within that. Algo, super scalable and efficient payment network. Quant connects different blockchains and systems. XDC network, built for global trade finance, and IOTA offers real-time feeless value transfers. So this is all bullish, good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And then we're going to cover the story a little bit more in depth tomorrow when I feel a little bit better. But Hedera put out an op-ed about code, and I guess kind of like code neutrality. So code neutrality isn't a buzzword. It's a backbone of open, trustworthy networks. So it looks like some folks went ahead and put out an article about this, and they went and highlighted it and kind of talking about what's going to happen in the next evolution of blockchain. And I think we'll be seeing some more privacy stuff pop up as well. Now, I'm not going to pull this. I could pull it up. This is from, okay, so we all know that the government is shut down right now, which is crazy, right? Because they're operating at limited staff. But it looks like the Senate Agriculture Committee released a bipartisan crypto market structure discussion draft as bipartisan, which gives the CFTC primary oversight of most of the digital assets, establishes rules on trading, registration, disclosures, and fees. The draft builds on House-passed Clarity Act, which again, Clarity Act is not law yet. They're going to work on it a lot more once we open up. And the House passed Clarity Act also sought to define digital assets as commodities and clarify the regulatory framework. And the Senate version complements and expands that effort. Key sections are still unresolved, and this includes rules around DeFi, AML, conflicts of interest. So I'm going to come back to this in a second, but I want to talk to you about the next thing that was put out really quickly. This is from Treasury Scott Bessent, and he said today the U.S. Treasury and the IRS issued new guidance giving crypto exchange trade products ETPs a clear path to stake digital assets and share staking rewards with their retail investors. I don't know why. Okay. That was stuck there. I meant to quote tweet it. A move increases investor benefits, boosts innovation, and keeps America the global leader in digital asset blockchain technology. I appreciate Treasury Scott Bessent, but we are not the leader. We are not the leader in blockchain innovation any way, shape, or form at all. We're not. It is what it is. Like Dubai is for the most part. But the fact that we have a sitting Treasury Secretary say this, that's fantastic. And I'm actually going to do a media with Scott, my CPA, to explain to you what this means, what this means to you for your taxes. Very, 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 very important. The reason being is because I'm not a licensed financial advisor and I can't help you with your taxes. Scott can. So I think it's important that we get him to come on. So we like to do those little vids and whatnot. Now, while we're talking about banks, SoFi Bank becomes the first and only nationally chartered bank to launch crypto trading for consumers. And the reason why I wanted to kind of come back to this is, number one, we talked about the government being shut down, but we still have like bipartisan stuff coming out regarding crypto, which is interesting because there's a lot bigger issues in America. I digress. And as far as Solana goes, customers can buy, sell, and hold crypto assets, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And SoFi is the first nationally chartered FDIC-insured U.S. bank to offer in-app crypto trading. Trading is integrated into SoFi's all-in-one app alongside checking, savings, lending, and investing. And they're also developing a stablecoin, which of course, and they plan to integrate crypto lending and payments. Wonderful, fine, fantastic. I love it. My issue is our crypto that we put on this platform, is our crypto going to be FDIC insured just like a bank? That's my question to you. Do you think it's going to be insured? Because if that's the case, then all the crypto exchanges are going to have to convert to banks. Because people are going to want to just use their bank when they start offering crypto trading to deal with their crypto. And it makes sense because the current systems in place suck. Also, Lawrence, if you need help with your crypto taxes, Scott is on my website and he helps people from all over the world. Basically, what he does is he kind of reconciles everything and then you can send it to your regular tax person. That's what we do. So I'm in the beautiful state of California. Scott's not in California, but I send him all my crypto stuff, business and personal. He reconciles everything and just basically gives the numbers to the tax people so they can file properly. That's what he does. And he does for a lot of people I know as well. I've referred him out. So he's great. If you want to hire him, go check them out. If not, that's fine too. So this is actually really big news for crypto. But at the same time, it's crazy because we started crypto to essentially take on the banks, and now we're working with the banks. We're giving up our ability to be self-sovereign, not only with the crypto spot ETFs, but this as well. And on the topic of that, BNY sees stablecoins, tokenized cash hitting 3.6 trillion by 2030 amid institutional adoption. Blockchains won't replace trad rails, but will be integrated and work in tandem, the bank said in the report. And I agree. The reason why is because the banks aren't going to go away. They want to have their bottom line get hit. And that's what's happening. And what we're actually seeing gross negligence from the banks and TradFi happen with the 50-year loans for mortgages, the 15-year car notes, and the removal, a lot of the requirements to become homeowners, which I got railed on X about it because I said, I don't see an issue with the 50-year mortgages. I don't. The car loans, yes. The mortgages, no. When I bought my first house in my 20s, if I would have been offered a 50-year mortgage, I would have taken it to get the lower payment because we were literally barely making ends meet. But that's a whole nother story for another time. I don't care to debate it. If it works for you, do it. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. But I do think buying a car for a 15-year car note is ridiculous. I generally pay for my cars in cash. I always have since I was young. My mom taught me just to work really hard and save up and not splurge on stuff. And that's what I did. But again, I understand that the world's different now. But basically, the banks are just kind of coming in and focusing on their bottom line. And I mean, this administration has been bullish for crypto as far as, not banning it. But other than that, there's a lot of cuckoo-ness happening. Also, really quickly, you guys, we are partnered with iTrust. We do have to go ahead and give them got to go ahead and give them a shout out because they're our partners. And iTrust is really cool. They've got a new way to sign up if you're interested. And if you sign up with my link, you get $100. But one cool thing they did, they recently added privacy coins. So they recently added Zcash, Dash, and ZK Sync. And they plan to add a dedicated privacy coin category, which is incredibly smart because privacy coins are trending. iTrustCapital is a platform that allows you to make your retirement funds work for you. And again, I actually have an SEP, a tax advantage SEP, and it's been very, very, very good to me. You can easily buy and sell crypto and metals with your IRA. You can transfer your existing IRA to a crypto IRA or start a new one. It only takes a few minutes to get started. And all you have to do is you can either scan the barcode up there or go to the ref link down below. And this is for people who want to transfer over their existing TradFi products. I always do recommend that you do talk to your CPA to make sure it makes sense. But there are some really cool things you could do that do help with taxes, especially if you're in crypto, especially until they figure out kind of what's going on over there. And the cool thing is they have privacy coins now, which we love that. Zcash, Dash, and ZK. Also, I had a couple people ask me, they're like, Wendy, should I buy Zcash right now? Because Zcash like really pumped like crazy. That is a personal choice. I own one Zcash. I don't know where the keys are. That's a personal choice if you want to get in or not. And Lauren said, UK already has 50-year loans for ages. Oh, I had no idea. I had no idea that that was a thing in other countries. The thing is, though, is that first off, I'm talking about somebody who's born and raised in California, and California real estate. Our real estate is super expensive. Like, you have to live in LA County to get a decent paying job in most cases, or like San Francisco, and the cost of living is super high. So the cool thing about mortgages is, and I'm not telling you guys to take out debt, I'm telling you what's worked for me. The cool thing about mortgages is, take out a mortgage, you get to write the interest off, you get a little bit of a tax refund. You're also paying it's basically rent you're paying, because you have to pay the interest and the property taxes and all kinds of crap. But what you do is you're paying towards owning something, and you can refinance it if you want. You can refinance it to a 50-year or to a 30-year, 15, whatever that is, or you can make additional payments. So there's different things you can do. But just do what works for you. Like, I've had people tell me, you're stupid for paying your house off, because I've paid my house off. I've had people tell me that. Now people are like, no, debt's bad. They're like, have debt. No, I don't like debt. But do what works for you. Anyways. Now, next story. We talked about iTrust, and we talked about them having their listing dash, which is awesome. I love the fact that they've got Ferris Bueller there, because I love Ferris Bueller, my favorite movie. But other than that, really quickly, we have to give a big shout out to John Deaton. John Deaton, who was running against Warren, who lost. He's going to be running for Senate to unseat Senator Markey, who's 79 years old. And John Deaton was a big advocate for the entire XRP army. So I wanted to drop that in today's show for you. Go support him if you're in Massachusetts, and support him elsewhere. Other than that, I've got to go, because I need to go cuddle my little one. She's out there, and I want to rest too. I'm really tired. This took a lot out of me. But thank you guys so much for showing up, and make sure to like this video, drop a comment, and all this stuff. Thank you so much.